So welcome, Julia.
Hi, how beautiful you.
Thank you for
Thank
coming
you for the
to chat with me.
invitation.
I like it. I brought your dog.
Yes, thank you.
So Julia takes these awesome, beautiful pictures, and she lets me share them when I have Zooms and Facebook Lives, and I'm so grateful for it.
Thank you for bringing them up into the world.
Yeah. And so, Julia, you live in Austria?
Yes.
I can see there's mountains, hills.
Actually, where I live, there are more hills than mountains.
Okay, more hills. Yeah. And so you play with animals. I would like, actually today is, you welcome everybody to Monday Magic. And today I would like to talk about the magic of animals and being with animals, communicating with animals, what animals can show us about magic and being our magic. And I know Julia has this connection, different than me, but still very playful energy. And that's what I would like to talk about. So Julia, what do you know about playing with animals?
For me, playing with animals is getting the invitation to change into a playful world, because the human world to me seems to, there's so much logic in it, and the play is pretty much gone until, if you're around children, there is more play. But playing with the animals, it always opens up to a space where my logic cannot grab me, and I'm just more of whatever I am.
Okay. Yeah. So can I bring up what happened today?
Yeah, go for it.
So Julia wrote me, one of my dogs ran out. My dogs don't usually leave my space. And I thought, that was new to you. One dog came back and told the other one ran off, but it'll come back, that thing. And so what magic is that for you? You're like, that was the first for you that your animals run off. What was that for you? What's that difference that animals don't usually run from you? What are you being different?
So first, what I got, actually, the dog came back pretty quick. I was just not used to that. He's not following my calling, my demand, my verbal demand.
I bet a lot of people have that.
But he pretty quickly came to my back door. So it was more my thinking about he ran off than the actually ran off. So he really invited me into getting to what I get with the animals. They are always inviting you to get something bigger. So I have to change something in my being with animals now, because he still was in my space. He was still connected with me, but on a different level that I was used to. So it was just changing my used to into something else. And the other thing is I have to find different solutions about how to deal with him now. So.
Yeah. And so your new dog is a dingo.
Oh, yes.
Yes, which means he is partly wild in his
and he's not used to
being.
be in a human family situation, kind of.
And having to take orders that's not based on animal.
Not at all. And he didn't grow up with orders. So actually he's living with me now since 1 month. So for him, after chasing some birds, coming back in the next 5 minutes was actually just a commitment to stay with me. That's what I got. He's just enjoys my space.
Yes. So it's an invite and not a, so when we have animals, that's, sorry I interrupted, but it's like, I'm so excited about it. So we actually have animals because they choose to stay with us. That part is they actually choose our space. They chose to be with us. We think we just went out and bought them and took them in, and that we are the generous one, but they actually are the generous ones being in our space, and as long as they desire to. Awesome.
Yeah. And not just our space, they are always creating a new space together with us. I'm changing his space and he's changing my space, and together we are creating something completely new, and we cannot control it. And that's actually yeah.
That's lovely.
It's an invitation for a new adventure.
Yeah. And it's spring right now too, and it's more playful. Nature is playing, and they become so playful. I noticed it's like everyone is playing, and they're playing the game of life.
Oh yes.
And
now I have to interrupt you.
Yeah,
it's really a big invitation from the animals now to play the game of life now, and not to control the game of life anymore. It's really this, whatever comes out can come out. You can sing, you can jump, you can run, you can whatever, enjoy, or just relax laying on the grass or hugging a tree, or Lani is jumping into the water all the time now. So it's like, yeah, whatever is in you, you can just play with it.
Yeah. Invitation. Hey, we'll go jump in the water.
And not control your emotions, and trying not to get in the grass. And when your feet get wet because you have the wrong shoes on, and then you're trying to avoid getting into the ground and just get on the street. And that's just so stupid when you really connect with the surroundings around you. They want to contribute to you, and the wet shoes, that's not a problem at all. That doesn't need to be a problem. It can just be fun, can change them.
Yeah. And so, yeah.
Or take them off.
Some people might go, what's magic about
this? Or take
this?
the shoes off.
But it's really that if you ever took your shoes off and walked in wet grass, just this time of year in Europe, it's like, it's chilly, but it's such an experience of life. And so if you haven't tried it, go try the magic of cold, wet feet, but receiving, from the receiving.
Yeah, and really, the other thing is what animals invite me is to really feel into my own body.
Mm-hmm.
And when I feel into my body without thinking about my feet being that cold right now, it's just this prickling experience and the liveness that comes into my feet. And actually my body is really cool. It's really good in receiving the energy from the earth. It doesn't get really cold. It's just a sensation that we interpret it and judge as being too cold. And so we have to do something about it.
Yeah.
And we miss the joy of it. So if we get out and just experiment how much joy we can have for 3 steps probably, and then we can go back again.
Yeah. You can go back. You're always okay you can go back anytime you like to be on the full again. You're welcome.
Go back really to
yeah.
And you can choose another path if you want to. It's just something to experiment. It's life, it's spring. So just experiment without any conclusions.
Yeah.
That's what life with animals can be. And it's much easier than try to control it. I mean, if you have horses, or if you're working with horses, and if you have dogs like this one, you cannot control him. That's not possible. 2 days ago, my leash just was torn. And I was not able to control this movement of this dog when the leash is just gone. So it's something else possible to be around animals and communicate and commune actually with animals.
Suddenly you have to be that invitation for him to come to you instead of
I was just I am here.
Yeah. And I do get that we have so many points of view as people about what animals mean and what they think and what they do and
what they have to do and what they shouldn't do and what we shouldn't do and what we are allowed and what we are not allowed to be around them.
and that's a great part about it. They invite us to, like, just on the picture in the background, like Lenny, she's like, are we going to play now? And it's so clear. And actually I'm going to change it because you took another picture. I know it's also, I put something else on it too, but I really wanted to change this and show you guys, you know, the joy. Look at that. It's like,
she's pure joy. So if you have a bad day, ask Lani for help.
Yeah, and also I'm going to show another one of your pictures because animals just seem to just want to communicate with you. Like, look at this. Who's this?
Paigey.
Paigey.
That's my diamond horse for the HBM work. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you tell me a little about like let's leave her a little. She wants to be here too. So yeah.
I'm so in love with this horse. That's
yeah,
so incredible, the connections she's offering to everyone. Oh.
So you actually change people's reality on horseback with her. And
yeah.
And what does that do for them?
It brings them into alignment with their own world.
Yeah.
And getting out of their brain reality. They can communicate with their own system then. They can feel their bodies, they can enjoy their bodies, they can realize that it's okay to be who they are and they don't need to change. That's interesting. We're changing something for them that they can realize that they don't need to change anymore.
Okay, you have to say more about it. They can realize something they don't need to change. So we people, we actually seem to think that we need something all the time. And when I look at animals, they don't go into need. They'll just come, can I have that?
Yeah, and they just be it.
And then they be whatever they require. And we start thinking about, oh, maybe I need to feed it. Or maybe, and they like kind of put it in our head, the idea, but they don't really speak like verbally, like in words. So how can they get you to not need?
When you realize that you just are, then it's not a brain thinking concept in your that press. Actually, the neediness that I experience sometimes, it's a brain concept that I have in my brain. So as soon actually I'm experiencing something like a need, I know that I'm in my brain. And that's just a very little part of my whole system. I can not show it here in the picture how big my system might be. So what Paigey is helping me and all the others who are able to get in contact to her is just to be, and then in the being there is no need. You just know what you want and you get it. It's this ask and you shall receive. And there is no judgment about having a stomach that is empty right now. It's okay to have a stomach that is empty right now. You can just do whatever it takes to make it full again if you want to.
Yes, that's another thing with animals. They are actually willing to do what it takes.
Oh yeah. And they're willing to be okay with what is.
Yeah, so they be present with what they have, and then they go, how do I get what I desire to have?
And what to do with the energy that is around right now. So I'm okay right now. And then there's the bird flying around. So, hey, cool, I'm just chasing the bird. Cool, it's just what is right now. I'm pretty sure Miro, the dog that was chasing around in the morning, he was not desiring to chase a bird in this moment, because actually he was just chasing with Lani. But when the bird came up, he was just changing his mind and did whatever it was possible right now for him.
I wonder if I can fly.
Let's see if I can make some pictures of him flying around with the birds.
Yeah, we'll look forward to seeing him on pictures.
And it was just pure joy. And it's the human mind and the human contraction that is making so much joy unavailable for humans, but it's still available for the dogs.
Awesome.
And they invite us to join if we want to.
Yeah.
And if we don't want to join, they will invite us anyway. It would just create more joy if you go with them and enjoy joy.
Enjoy joy. They know what it is.
Yeah, especially my black and white one. And this lovely lady in your background, she knows about just being and being okay. It's just being okay. And she's actually the leading mare of a whole generation of horses now. So her grandson is there right now, and her daughter is there in the herd.
Oh, I'm touched.
She is the one who really is standing at the edge of the meadow, and she is just aware of what's happening and what is required to be the safe space. She's making the safe space for everyone. and the young foals can jump around, and if it's necessary because they're getting too wild, or if she might need probably more space in quiet mode, then she will just move a little ear, make herself a little bit bigger, and maybe she will do a step. But most of the time she doesn't need to do a step, and everything is just changing in her system. Interesting. The whole system is changing by her being that aware and being ready to do what's necessary.
Oh, yeah. Can we talk a little about this? Because this is actually, this is where we people have a tendency to stop us. Like, when there's something that's not working in our space, like you say, her quiet, she just changes the space from being. She'll like turn an ear and twitch a muscle maybe, and they know, everyone on the fold, even though the ones that are playing and being really wild, they know something is about to change. Like her, because they are willing to be, because our bodies are aware of each other. Their bodies are aware, our bodies are aware. So she's willing to be that change that she requires. And she doesn't mind them playing as long as it works for her. And if they play, but they start to harm her world, like, she will say something, or show them something.
Yeah, or she will change whatever is necessary. Probably she will just go on another area of the arena and grass some over there, so the whole dynamic is moving.
Yeah.
So it's not about,
they follow her.
Always, it's not necessary for her to go to the falls and do something with the falls, do it directed to him. She just does what's necessary to change, to get whatever she requires right now, if there's something like a requirement.
So she shows actually the ease of space, like being.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
And it's really impressive to watch her for whatever time you can spend with her, because she just is being, and this little, the little things she does, it just works so perfectly. It's so harmonious. It's like an orchestra. She knows about everyone there. And she knows about the humans there, and she knows about you, even that you think that she doesn't know you. Yeah. And she's inviting you to really enjoy yourself.
Yeah. To enjoy. Yeah, there is a lot we can learn from these animals. There is, like, really quickly, there is one more picture I like to paint. I want to show you guys, because this is a different way of being than her. Is that okay, Julia?
Yeah, go for it.
Page, yeah.
I don't know which one you're showing her.
Yeah, you don't know which one. It's this one. I love it. Let me move out of the picture. Playing with everything and enjoying so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my kind of own horse. That's my right now the horse I'm really strongly connected in a way that I have to pay money.
You have to pay money
for having him in my life, and I really enjoy paying it. So that's also something that animals can, especially horses, but all the other animals as well. They can really show us something about money
and how to have it and create it so they can have whatever they desire.
Yeah, and not to judge it, and just use it for whatever you want.
Yeah. So so right now I'm actually playing a lot with animals and how we communicate with animals, and it's up in my world. And so I'm going to be in some classes and participate in some classes of Talk to the Animals that Viv Adcock from Australia is facilitating. And I'm going to put the links in just if people are curious about how we can expand and be like Julia talks about, or I talk about, how excited we are about animals. And if you're excited about anything with animals, or just very curious, you can go look at what that is. And it's truly magical. And whenever I get together with anyone who are willing to receive animals in a different way of this magic that they be. It's always playful. We would, it's where you don't make yourself significant. Like if we meet up, we might even on a Zoom like this, put on nose and, and your ears or whatever, and don't care about it, that what people think about it. Yeah. We're not, it's this, they don't care about how their hair is styled or.
Some of them want to be really nicely styled, but they enjoy the styling and enjoy the what they are able to give to the humans.
But it's more the admiration of, the mutual.
Yeah, my daughter is having this pony, and she really likes to have girls around her braiding her hair and putting nice stuff in her hair. Yeah. And those girl pony power that you will find on many pictures. That's a very interesting creation that is available for girls and ponies most of the time.
I noticed, yeah, but they show the girls a different possibility with it. Like,
oh yes,
yeah, there is no separation in it.
No, and it's something, and it for me, what I just got from Blue, it's something that the pony is only available with people. So it's not only what can we learn from animals, but what we can also give to the animals so they can have a different world. Their world is changing by us and how we are reacting to them and how we are actually around them. So like Blue and the photo we have with the lovely, miraculous beam of sun.
Yeah,
he didn't know how to be playful around people when I got him. So he really invited me to to stay playful around him, because it was not that easy at the beginning. He was just this straight, trained, actually lame horse, and more of the poor horse style. Mm-hmm. So he really required me. He asked me to stay playful, even when he was poor, when he was lame, when he was blah, and don't make it serious. So that's actually what changed a lot in his world. And really knowing that I can offer something to an animal to make the world bigger again. That was really a biggie for me to realize about myself, that I have kind of a power about contributing to an animal and not only the other way around.
Thank you for that. Yeah. What is it that we can be? We can receive something, but we have so many things we can give that we don't make valuable.
Yes, and you don't have to have an own animal for this. You can, even if you're listening to the birds outside, it just makes their lives bigger if you enjoy it. They can feel your joy.
Actually, that's what I see when I see, because I don't have animals of my own. But when a horse walks by, I see a horse walk by, one of the things I noticed that they always show me is like their butt. They're like showing me, look what I can create, and it's like, it's their pride of showing you how beautiful they are. It's so funny. And I'm always like, why am I looking at horses' butts? And I was like, but haven't you seen it? I'm strong. That's what I get when I ask that question. I get like, haven't you seen it? I'm strong. I mean,
oh yes.
Yeah. And the mayor goes like, I can really put something into this world with this, It's like,
and there are no judgments around it. It's so crazy. No. If you just be with them, it's just fine. And if you're around humans and you're telling about this, it's like, oh, are you allowed to think like this?
It's like we went around turning our butts to each other and going, can you see my butt? Like, I am something in this world.
Maybe we should have a high sticker on our jeans pockets.
Yeah.
To increase more joy into this world.
Sticker on the butt going, butt to watch. That's a new brand. With butt to watch. Okay, thank you so much, Julia.
You're so welcome. I'm looking forward to the classes and what you're going to change with it.
Yeah.
It's so much asked from the animals that we are, that we are all in this together and we connect with them on a different level than we think we have to.
So next thing I have coming up with animals is that symphony group tape. So it's free, you can just come. It's with Miv Adcock and me. And she actually talks to the animals and she can teach us how to talk to the animals. So I'm very happy to introduce her on Saturday at 9 o'clock. Anyone can come. All they have to do is sign up, be there, relax. Of course, you have to install Zoom to be on here because we will be on Zoom. We won't stream it on Facebook. It's only for the people who sign up.
And be careful. After I did the last symphony taster with you, I was riding my horse, and actually I think I have a really good connection to my horse, but it was that lightness in my riding that I was really like, there is something missing. So I was really questioning my lightness in my new possibilities because it felt so too light, kind of. So there might be some magic happening in your world after you have done those symphony tasters.
I love it. Thank you so much for letting me know. Yeah.
Thank you for doing those.
Maybe I actually should be that energy that we are on the symphony tasters and try out writing, because that's one of the things that really hasn't been a success with me.
So maybe you need to have it on another level than it was available for now.
Oh, thank you. Another level. Yeah. Wonder what horse will be willing to show me another level.
You know, those winged ones.
Yeah. So thank you so much for having this conversation with you, Julia. I'm so grateful for you.
So welcome. Thanks for the invitation.
Yeah, and guys, look out for her pictures. Find her somewhere as like, I'm sure she can take the most beautiful pictures and catch them with your animals if you desire. Just like, thank you so much.
I'm looking forward if you enjoy them.